Well, I believe in good vibrations is what creates a beautiful nation. All you need is the will to do right, do right, do right.
It doesn't have his actual name. Felix something or other. And we're live. Welcome to do let's cram this week's show and next week's show into one show because I'm not doing it on the Halloween show. I am your host, Jifra. And with me, as per usual, is Sean. How's it going, Sean?
It's Monday. I'm here, pushing buttons, doing things. Yeehaw.
Not only is it Monday, we're also doing Halloween. So this is Halloween. This is Halloween. Halloween. I just read Season of the Witch is Halloween like or not. Like let me explain to you the beauty that is anthologies and why it's best they start at 3. like yeah, man. That's I appreciate the idea of anthologies and I even enjoy anthologies. Like technically like the ABCs of Death is a bit of an anthology. VCR or VHS is a bit of an anthology. I can't really think of anything else. The idea of
what was there was an anthology in the wasn't Tales from the Crypt, Tales from the Dark Side? What was the movie that was, which one of those is the movie?
Oh, well, Tales from you're thinking Creep Show, but Tales from the Dark Side is known as the third Creep Show. But yeah, technically, you know, actually, was Tales from the Crypt an anthology?
Well, the series was, but because there was no through line to it, it was just a collection of stories.
Yeah, but like, all right, so Monsters would have a 24-minute show. I don't remember if there were multiple different stories in an episode of Tales from the Crypt. Unlike Tales from the Dark Side, which were sometimes as short as 4 minutes.
Right.
I think Tales from the Crypt was like a not even a 24, like it was on like Showtime or HBO or whatever, and it was somewhere between 24 and 45 minutes. With did you know that Chucky and the Crypt Keeper share eyeballs?
I did not.
Yep, it's the same exact set of eyeballs.
Okay. They were just too lazy to make a spare.
They happened at different times. They were done with the Crypt Keeper.
Pretty sure the first Chucky movie came out before Tales from the Crypt.
Yeah.
And pretty sure that Tales from the Crypt wasn't completely done when the second Chucky movie came out.
No, the original Chucky doll and the after dolls are completely different. There's one Chucky doll in the first one. There's like 36 in the second one. They mass produced. And the Chucky doll and the other good guy dolls have slightly different eye colors.
Right.
So the Chucky doll, singular.
So, do you remember My Buddy?
You mean My Buddy?
My Buddy, yeah, the doll.
I don't know your buddy. I know My Buddy.
Right.
Wherever I went, he went.
Really made Chucky scary, terrifying. is that he was basically a real doll that was sold
Yeah.
to the public.
Chucky was probably twice the size of My Buddy.
Either way, the whole implication is that Chucky was a My Buddy.
Yeah, I had the My Buddy, and like the packaging was technically not identical by law. It was like
very similar.
Like yeah, it's like from like just above the feet to just below the head is a clear cellophane, whatever it is. Yeah. And both the packages were like they were damn near identical.
Yep.
What's funny is they changed it from My Buddy to Kid Sister.
They didn't change it. The
well, no, I'm saying it's the same thing. There's a boy and a girl, and the boy is My Buddy,
right?
But she's Kid Sister,
right?
Like I don't gotta be friends with you. Did Chucky have a hat, or is that My Buddy? I think it's My Buddy.
I think it's My Buddy. Yeah. I don't think Chucky ever had a hat.
Well, I meant like the good guy dolls had a hat.
I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't recall it, but
been a long time since I've watched those, so unless it's got Jennifer Tilly in it, then I'll rewatch the shit out of it.
That fucking horror.
Mm-hmm.
There's one going around. What the fuck? Keep your sugar intact. There's one going around TikTok about the Chucky doll saying nice tits and her thanking the doll about why she can't be a serious actress. I don't know why they won't take me seriously. Nice tits. Thank you. But what's funny is seeing John Ritter in a horror movie, and then he was a dick, and I'm like, oh my god, that's so awesome.
Well, technically, Jack Ritter, the character he played on Three's Company, was kind of a dick.
But he's a lovable goof.
Lovable goof, but kind of a dick.
I never really saw him as a dick. And I didn't see Mr. Roper as a dick either, but I saw no.
Don Knotts?
No, Mr. Roper was the dick. Don Knotts wasn't the
Right. Don Knotts was the original landlord, whose name I cannot recall.
Furley, Mr. Furley.
Yeah. And then Mr. Roper was the replacement. When Don Knotts said, fuck this shit, and left.
It's I could be a fish in a drawing right now in Disney. It's hard to see Jack as a dick when Larry's involved. So,
well, Larry wasn't necessarily a dick. He was just a misogynist and all about Chrissy.
Who wasn't? Janet.
Janet, yeah. Even Janet.
And you'd think with that haircut, she would be.
Right.
Like, calm down, future Velma.
But as fit as Suzanne Summers did happen to remain as she aged.
Thank you, Thigh Master.
Yeah, still. I mean, she really... She lost more in looks than most girls ever have between Three's Company and She's the Sheriff.
She's the Sheriff?
Mm-hmm.
Is that where she was between Step by Step?
Was it Step by Step? No, she did She's the Sheriff first, I thought.
Yeah, but she ended with Step by Step.
Okay.
Right? Step by Step? All I know is I love me some Patrick Duffy. And to see him as this lovable goof was hilarious.
Awesome.
She was married to Bruce Summers for 3 years, and she kept the name for 40.
Well, when you get famous with a name, you got to keep the name. We just had an internet blip. Lovely.
She. I don't know what She's the Sheriff is. 3 seasons?
Have you never seen She's the Sheriff?
I've never seen She's the Sheriff.
I think it was direct syndication. Might have been ABC, but I'm pretty sure it was direct to sitcom or to syndication. Yep, first run syndication.
Yeah, I don't recognize this at all. 87 to 89. Yeah, it's not really my. I say that, but Murphy Brown started in 88, and I definitely watched that. Out of This World started in 87.
Yeah, I guess that is such an underrated show. Like, it never got its due. And maybe it's just because I was the same age as the starlet who was hot. But, yeah.
Are you talking Maureen Flanagan?
Yeah. I thought she was absolutely gorgeous. And I could never pin down the time. I could never pin down the time the show was on. So every time I caught it, it was like, oh, right on. I can watch this again.
My favorite character, Doug McClure.
You might know me from such things as...
Oh, I love me some Doug McClure.
Burt Reynolds was on that show. So Scott Biden.
Yeah. So was Steve Burton from shoot. What's he on?
Tom Bosley was on it? Holy shit, I didn't see that episode.
It's on Days of Our Lives, I think. Or General Hospital, one or the other. But more Troy McClure. Patrick Wayne.
Was he?
Yeah. John Wayne's son was apparently on a couple episodes. I was more of a My Secret Identity.
That wasn't really my thing.
Oh, I love me some Jerry O'Connell.
And that just might be that age difference that we have. It's kind of like some things hit. You have to be of an age for things to hit. Like, I'm technically a little too old for Saved by the Bell.
Oh, I love me some Saved by the Bell. I think Jerry O'Connell's your age, not my age.
He is, but he plays younger because he's kind of got a baby face.
He is, he's 48. Do you know who Jerry O'Connell is married to?
I do not.
And has been for 15 years?
No.
Rebecca Romaine.
She split from Stamos more than 15 years ago?
They split in 2005. She married in 2007.
Wow. Good for Jerry. Notice she didn't take his name like she did for John, but okay.
Well, when it takes that frickin' long to get out of Rebecca Romaine Stamos.
Yeah, but it was never Rebecca Stamos. It was always Rebecca Romaine Stamos.
Yeah.
So, I mean...
He's with Caitlin McHugh now, and has been for about 4 years. And they got the cutest little boy. And he better be a little boy.
Flanagan's webpage is kind of basic.
A lot of HTML.
I mean, yeah, very wine mommy, which for a connected actress, you'd think this would be a little bit more spiffed up.
Who is John Stamos' kid? Billy Stamos. Doesn't give me an age. How much is John Stamos? $25 million. What ethnicity is John Stamos? Greek. How old is Uncle Jesse? We have different Uncle Jessies.
We definitely have Uncle Jesse's, different Uncle Jesse's. Let's say mine's last.
My
name
Uncle
is
Jesse's been
Pyle.
dead for 20 years.
What was his first name? Something Pyle.
Who the
What the fuck?
Gomer Pyle?
No, it wasn't Gomer. It's his last name is Pyle. Now I got to look this up.
Pretty sure my Uncle Jesse's last name is Duke.
I'm talking to the actor.
Oh.
Denver Pyle.
Yeah. I was going to get there eventually.
So he's Bob Denver and Gomer Pyle mixed together. It couldn't be more 80s than that. But yeah, he's the OG Uncle Jesse. That should be my Halloween costume. But my beard's not quite white enough yet.
Apparently, in this picture, Uncle Jesse played fucking Mark Twain. Hey, look at that chisel jaw. Didn't know that. Didn't know that was hiding under the beard. My barber plays the Andy Griffith Show. Like, he owns like the fucking box set and wears it out.
Mm-hmm.
And there was an episode with Jed Clampett, can't think of his name, where he's a turd in a box.
Okay.
And I was like, oh, I love Jed Clampett. I'm looking up Denver to see if he actually played Mark Twain, because he was in Maverick. I freaking love Maverick. The movie, not the TV show. I did enjoy the TV show afterwards. My grandpa had a smug smile on his face the whole fucking movie, and I didn't know why. Yeah, I'm not seeing him play that. Somebody else. Yeah, he looked like Mark Twain, though. Buffalo Bill and the Indians. Apparently Paul Newman. Chuck Connors as Geronimo. Yeah, there was a little bit of whitewashing in Hollywood back in the day. Of course, the most famous Indian I know is actually a Italian feller.
You know, the crying Indian about the litter.
Yeah. And the second is apparently she's a Mexican. We just found that out.
Yep. Little Feather.
Yep. Which has now all been retconned, by the way. I looked her up because I remembered something about her from my grandpa, and I couldn't think of what it was. So John Wayne buys a ranch, and it abuts the reservation that she's lying about.
I thought it was Clint Eastwood that had the property next to her, not John Wayne.
No, John Wayne was going to kick her ass because she cost tens of thousands of 1973 money.
Right.
and he bought he built the school for the indigenists. Like he donated all sorts of money to help them out, and they repaid him by tearing his fence lines down, drunkenly driving through his property, spooking his cattle off the off the land. Like, here's the thing: if he put up a fence, that means he wasn't on your fucking land. Clint came out and just said a comment about, well, maybe I should accept awards for all the poor cowboys killed by the Indians. It's like, fair enough. What the fuck ever. But yeah, they were in a contentious lawsuit. So that's why he was upset with her. It wasn't like, get this diversity off my stage or anything.
Right. Well, even when she was done with her speech, Clint Eastwood came back on and said something snide.
Yeah, that's what he said. It's about the Indians Guild. And it's like, that's probably one of the first times that the virtue signaling was done. So I could understand the dismissal. Oh, shit, we're 20 minutes in and we haven't talked about Weekend at Bernie's.
Well, we're kind of waiting for Garrett to get back because, that's what he's going to chime in about the first thing he gets back.
Like, Matt, you just don't understand.
No, I think he's more right than he is wrong about that one. I think Blonde was more wrong. She hated it, which I don't think it deserves derision or hate. It's just not that good. My internet is, what do they call it? Shit tonight, apparently.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you roboted and just flucked the fuck off.
Yep.
You're back now.
Yeah, I'm back. Probably need
Wow.
to reset everything. Which will have to happen after we're done, or when we're done on short notice because it finally craps out. But either way. Carry on.
The humor was bad. Like, there was very felonious things happening in Police Academy, which I would say is a classic. But there's sexual assaults, there's gay shit, there was a racism.
There was all kinds of racisms.
Hooks got called a jigaboo.
And Hightower flipped his car.
Wasn't that a jigaboo? You remember my foot, you jigaboo?
Yep.
Was it jigaboo or moon cricket, maybe?
No. Well, it might have been both because that guy went off.
Yeah, maybe that's what I'm not remembering. He said it. He's a mini. But that joke about the blowjobs and the under the pith or pedestal or whatever you want to call it. That's sexual assault. And then to do it while crammed under it with somebody else, that's just gross. And then, like, someone's a dick, so you think it's okay to put super glue in their shampoo? we talked about Private Resort and how full of sexual assault that movie was.
Or Revenge of the Nerds.
Yeah, like Zap is nothing but sexual assault you can't prove.
Right.
I love me some Zap too. It's an awful movie. Chachi, what are you doing? Charles wasn't in charge of shit but sexual harassment. Yeah, they were all in that vein, really.
Yeah, the 80s were a much better time.
Mm.
You know what movie we need to make Matt watch? And I don't know how we're going to do this, but he needs to watch PCU.
Yeah, PCU.
And then that there needs to be a heavy emphasis on when this movie came out.
This was not ahead of its time, but of its time.
What's funny is that it was funny then because it had a smack of truth, but it was like hyperbole. Now it's tame.
Oh yeah. It was like let's take what's happening now and make it ridiculous. And by the time they put it out there, it was just accurate.
Plus, it's Jon Favreau.
Jeremy Piven.
David Spade.
George Clinton.
And the entirety of P-Funk.
Parliament Funkadelic in the hand. The only thing weirder than seeing Parliament Funkadelic is the Tupac in Nothing But Trouble.
Well, the reason you see Tupac in that is because he was part of Digital Underground.
Mm-hmm.
And the whole of Digital Underground is in.
Do the Humpty Dance.
It's funny to see how fast Jon Favreau's jumped up the cast ratings in PCU's IMDb.
I played Gutter.
And how far David Spade has fallen. Good Lord. Jake Busey's in that movie?
I don't remember Jake Busey.
Again, but all these people played bit parts except for David Spade and Jeremy Piven, who were hero and foil.
I do remember Jake Busey now that I think about it, yeah. Wasn't the Dean Jessica Walters?
No, I don't remember. It was somebody sort of famous, but not like you'd seen her in other things, but you're like, oh yeah, okay, whatever. She wasn't like a star or anything. Like I can't remember what her name was. I'm gonna have to see full cast. Full cast. What was her name?
Jessica Walter.
Jessica Walter. Yeah, it was Jessica Walter.
Arrested Development, Archer, Doctor Strange, Dinosaurs. Oh!
It was Jessica Walter. Long before she had... You had seen her in a couple other things before that, but she wasn't, like, as noticeable as she then became.
Jessica Walters was Fran Sinclair. And that pedo Elmo was the baby. Sherman Helmsley was the Tyrannosaurus.
Wow. She's been acting forever.
Yeah, was.
1951 is her first credit.
So she was 10. Yeah, she died last year. What a boner.
Al Lewis was in the episode of Route 66 that she was in. That'd be Grandpa Munster, the original OG Grandpa Munster.
Apparently he's Jewish, by the way. Which makes sense for Grandpa Munster. Yeah, he used to go by Grandpa Al. Like that was like a legit alias for him. Like just people would call him Grandpa Al.
Well, he was old when he was on Car 54. Where are you? When did he die?
Actually, I think he was like 2006.
It was 2006. Yeah, he was 82.
Yeah.
Look at you with the sharp brain.
I looked it up like 2 weeks ago when I saw the monsters. Because I got bamboozled with I could have sworn I was watching this movie and Rowdy Piper just disappeared halfway through it. And I looked it up and I could have sworn he died. But it turns out like the check didn't clear or something, and he just stopped me into the movie. So I thought Rowdy Piper was dead for like 4 years.
Wow, I thought Car 54 was back in the 50s. Apparently not. All right. Well, what else we got to talk about before?
When was it?
Garrick back 61 to 63.
Oh. I didn't care for the remake.
No, it wasn't very good. To be fair, the original wasn't very good either, but the remake definitely wasn't.
But like, I always feel like that guy. Oh shit, what's his name? David's. Anyways, it's David something. I always felt like it was hard for him to talk, which is fucked up because apparently he's a singer. But he was in the movie Tales from the Dark Side where he played a hitman for a cat, and it felt like every word out of his mouth was a struggle, like almost like I was looking at a clearer interpretation of Bobcat Goldthwait.
Okay.
Like he was just, every word was a struggle. And I didn't care for it. Seminal proto-punk band, the New York Dolls.
Really?
Under the pseudonym Buster Poindexter.
Okay, know who Buster Poindexter is.
And for playing the ghost of Christmas Past in Scrooged. He was married to Serinda Fox? Nice.
What do you think of Tom Waits as an actor? Speaking of somebody who sounds like they're hard to listen to, like every word hurts.
The singer of Underground?
I'm not sure if that's one of his tunes or not, but he was Renfield in Bram Stoker's Dracula with Keanu Reeves and Gary Oldman.
Oh!
He's in a bunch of other stuff too. You just wouldn't know it. But
No, I know it. I think he was overcoming his teeth. Like it was definitely very different. Probably my favorite. No, wait, no, I'm thinking of. What am I thinking of? Maybe it was a mock of Dracula?
I don't know.
I can't. It's definitely a Renfield, but I had to look up the one. It is the musician I'm talking about, but I was thinking of the when you said Renfield, I was thinking of something else. Oh god, that's gonna bug me now. Is who the guy I'm thinking of is? I'm pretty sure.
Well, there was another version of Dracula that doesn't come to mind as readily as Bram Stoker's does with Gary Oldman and Keanu Reeves and Winona Ryder. But I can't think of who played Renfield in that one. And maybe that's the one you're thinking of.
He played a camp counselor on Addams Family Values.
You're thinking of the guy who played the foil in Ghostbusters 2, who was also in Ally McBeal, whose name's Peter McDermott? Is that his name? Pretty sure that's Peter McDermott.
Well, let's look him up. I'm kind of screwed if it's not him.
He was one of the leads in Ally McBeal.
Peter Mc... Peter McNichol.
Okay, Peter McNichol. Sure.
Yes. And he was Sophia's Choice, Ally McBeal, Dragon Slayer, Ghostbusters 2. Fucking Dracula Dead, loving it. Oh my god. My favorite Dracula, apparently. I just remember him eating bugs. What are they doing with Leslie Nielsen? I forget. They're either remaking Police Squad or Naked Gun or Airplane. They're doing something that just like good luck replacing Leslie Nielsen. Like you don't understand. Leslie Nielsen is the least funny man on the planet. That's why he's hilarious.
His timing is excellent, but yeah, he's better when he plays it straight.
Speaking of, he was a villain in Creepshow.
Yeah.
And he was fucking great. I think it's a new Naked Gun. New Naked Gun? Yeah, new Naked Gun reboot is going with Leslie Nielsen or Liam Neeson. I can't imagine. He was pretty good for like half a second in Ted 2.
I have not seen either one of those movies. I probably oughta.
He's like, I understand this cereal is for kids. He's like, Tricks is for kids. I guess
Exclusively for kids.
yeah.
So
And
there won't be a problem if I leave here, right? Yeah, I know. I've seen that clip.
yeah, and I'm like, that's pretty good. And I'm like, a little too dry, but. And if Seth MacFarlane can't get your timing down, no one's going to get your timing down. That man has got a talent for timing.
That man is just talented. Period. And I honestly think he's like a closet conservative in Hollywood. Like he has to say things that make him look like he's not, but he's done things and he has takes that creep through in his shows that you're like, there's no way anybody would let that slide in Hollywood. Like, years before the tranny shit was really big, he made Quagmire's dad a tranny on the show, and one of the first jokes is right post-transition. He's sitting at the bar, and the bartender comes over to reprimand Quagmire's dad for doing something wrong. And I don't remember exactly what the context is, but the joke is that Quagmire's dad goes, "Oh, it's okay, I'm trans." And
okay. Do whatever you want always.
Yeah, do whatever you want all the time. I'm like, wow,
now,
that's a pretty solid take.
All right, so if you specifically,
if you're like me, and I know I am,
if you trans up right now, are you now your son's mother?
No.
Well, but you're a woman now.
Correct. But
that definition doesn't change because you didn't have him as a baby, but you still participated in the process.
Well, and that's the thing too. Even post-transition, Quagmire refers to him as his dad because that's his dad.
Okay. See, I think that's the way it should be. Yeah, you go by woman, but you're my dad.
Right.
You didn't magically prop me out of your vagina. You're still. I came from your nuts, sir.
Right. Well, it's like, and this was a fast transition for, pardon the pun, for whatever it's worth, but we went from homophobia to transphobia to normalizing all of it, like really, really fast. So it was only 20 years ago you would go into a workplace and you'd find an old man who had children and grandchildren but had come out as gay, and you're like, oh, okay, well, whatever, because he had to pretend to be not gay and have cover, so he got himself a wife and lived a heterosexual lifestyle despite being homosexual his entire life. And it was only about 20 years ago when that became acceptable. And now we've gone full bore in the last 20 years to, yeah, my dad's a girl now. Sort of level shit.
Hey, Glenn, I fucked your dad. That was a hell of a beating.
Yep.
That's some hypocrisy from Quagmire when he had they went to his vacation home one time and Peter sit on the couch and Lois flips a light switch and the lamp roofies Peter and strips him naked. Like, yeah, you got a pretty big opinion of your dad there, Glenn.
Yeah. Well, and then Seth MacFarlane had Rush Limbaugh do an episode of Family Guy. Was it Family Guy or was it American Dad? No, it was American Dad.
This sounds more like an American Dad thing.
Yeah, had him do an episode of American Dad, and gave him a fair shake too. I was like, wow, that's not something you see out of Hollywood. Like, how is that even not setting off all of the censors? And then you couple that with like he's a legitimate crooner. He's actually a very good singer, and showman. And they did that We Saw Your Boobs sketch at the Oscars, 5 years ago?
That must have been fun. Might have to look that up and make sure he didn't lie. Which is so much funnier than Adam Sandler's "You're a Jew" sketch or song at the Oscars. I think I don't care for him, but the least fair shake out of any celebrity going on a comedy is probably George Clooney on South Park.
Was he the dog?
He was the dog.
Yeah. Well, and the Simpsons episode that you'll never see again ever, where they actually had Michael Jackson playing Michael Jackson. Just not the Michael Jackson you think.
Ridiculous. What? Okay, I missed it apparently then.
No, he plays... Well, okay, so Michael Jackson did the voice for the character they called Michael Jackson on The Simpsons. Except that they drew the character of Michael Jackson on The Simpsons as like a 6'3" overweight white guy who was a mental patient who thought he was the Michael Jackson that Michael Jackson was voicing.
That's hilarious.
We got a bot!
What? Neo has been riddled with bots this last 2 weeks.
We got ourselves a bot.
It got no better. I watched the entire Bunny and I watched the Rob Zombie's Monsters. Fucking atrocious. Rush turned into a bald eagle and flew away. Oh, apparently he was on Family Guy, not American Dad.
Yeah, and it might have been both. He might have done one of each.
It's a possibility.
Because they had him for the day or whatever.
Well, James Woods wasn't really out as uber conservative as he is now, but right. He had reoccurring.
Yeah, he played James Woods.
Hmm.
Well, and even here's the thing too: is that even old school Hollywood liberals aren't batshit insane Hollywood leftists like the current crop is. So people like Adam West. I would say Patrick Stewart, but apparently he's drunk the stupid juice.
Well, yeah, he was. They were in Life Force. with Matilda May, naked, 102 out of 105 minutes on screen. God bless that woman. Barry Goldwater was on those Celebrity Roasts all the time.
Yeah, along with Ronald Reagan, who was on those roasts all the time. So was Sammy and Dean Martin and sometimes
Nipsey Russell's
Nipsey
for
Russell's
some reason. Wilt Chamberlain.
Don Rickles was on every
Don
single
Rickles,
one.
Yeah. They're like forget Alan King. Like, does he ever stand up? Milton Berle.
Yeah. The Red Skelton.
Oh, fuck, I can't think of his name. Foster Brooks.
Oh yeah, Foster Brooks, the guy who made play. Well, he was. I guess technically it was W.C. Fields that did it first, but yeah, Foster Brooks wasn't far behind.
That was
Didn't No, it wasn't Foster Brooks that played the drunk in Blazing Saddles, was it?
I can look it up real quick.
If it wasn't him, he definitely inspired that character.
Lost the nerve to shoot. This is my shooting hand. Mongo
just pawned in Game of Life.
Dom DeLuise. Oh, John Hillerman was in it. Not seeing him.
Okay, so it probably wasn't him then, but definitely inspired that character.
This is Madeline Kahn. Everybody pretend Madeline Kahn is gorgeous.
Was she not?
Madeline Kahn was cute.
I think she's a solid 7.5, 8.
Yeah, but a Hollywood 4.
I wouldn't go that low. Rosie O'Donnell works in Hollywood.
Rosie O'Donnell's just a regular 4.
So does the chick from Misery, whose name I can never remember.
Kathy Bates? That's different. Yeah. Kathy Bates has talent.
So did Rosemary Clooney, but that didn't prevent them from being horses.
Rosemary Clooney. Yeah, being the D, she was
not hot.
Rosemary Clooney was beautiful. What are you talking about?
Don't think so.
Dude.
Hang on, I'm looking it up.
Get your Google out.
Oh, holy shit. What the hell happened to her then?
It was 1947, bro. Lots of shit.
I didn't realize
an entire World War.
And she's fucking George Clooney's aunt, right? Like sister to one of George's parents.
Holy shit, she's Miguel Ferrera's mother. That man is not attractive.
Okay, she was definitely.
It's got to be something. There's a picture
younger, but she wasn't like starlet hot. She just had. She was a really good singer. Is her claim to fame.
There's got to be something between them because there's a picture with Miguel Ferrera and George Clooney.
George Clooney is Rosemary Clooney's nephew.
Well, yeah, it's just not. It's not here. It's grandchildren, and her children. And her children are Miguel Ferreira, Gabrielle Ferreira, Monsanita Ferreira. Her parents are Andrew Joseph Clooney and Marie. So Andrew Joseph Clooney. He's the grandfather of George Clooney, Miguel Ferreira. Yeah, so they're cousins. I think Miguel Ferreira was a night shift. He's dead, by the way.
Who?
He died in 2017, Miguel Ferreira.
Well, it won't be long before George passes on, too, so.
Just head up his own ass.
He's pretty innocuous. I mean, he's dumb, but he's not paid to be smart. He's paid to look pretty, so whatever.
You know, he really pulled that off in Facts of Life. Wait, was it Facts of Life or... No, it was Married with Children.
No, he was on Facts of Life, too.
Was it Married with Children?
I don't know that he was on Married with Children, but he was definitely on Facts of Life.
Maybe I'm thinking of...
You're thinking of Ted McGinley.
I am not, but now I am. It might have been Joey Tribbiani. No, I think it was George Clooney. Where is this goddamn IMDb? Yeah. Oh, we're going in the Wayback Machine now. Actually, not really. He's only got 83 credits. Sentinel, They're Off, Grizzly 2, Revenge, Riptide, Street Hawk, Crazy Like a Fox,
Street Hawk,
Combat High. All right, so Facts of Life, Hunter, Return to Horror High, Golden Girls, Band of Brothers, Return to the Killer Tomatoes, Red Surf, Baby Talk, Roseanne. Okay, so now I gotta look up fucking...
My freaking internet, man.
Hey, Ted McGinley. I was just thinking about him. Ah, damn it.
Shocked.
Tim Connolly had 4 episodes. Yeah, it's Matt LeBlanc, 3 episodes. Vinny Verducci. I think I'm confused. Apparently... Oh! Do you remember who played Buck the dog?
No.
Apparently there was 3 episodes in which he had internal monologues. And Cheech Marin.
Oh, okay.
Alan Thicke had 3 episodes. Bobby Brown. Kelly had some whores for friends. Oh, Sam Kinison was on 3 separate episodes as an angel. I only remember 1. Bubba Smith, Spare Tire Dixon. One of El's
High school
football buddies.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think he had
Tracy.
they put him in a ma'am episode too, where he had to wear a ma'am shirt or a no ma'am shirt.
Men Against...
Let's see here.
Pamela Anderson had 3 episodes. Tracy Lords had 2 episodes.
National Organization of Men Against Amazonian Masterhood.
It's freaking awful.
No,
Gary
ma'am.
Coleman. Gary Coleman had 2 episodes. Terry Bradshaw had 2 episodes. Chris Hardwick. Some interesting people. Some odd people. Some people who don't look like they're even old enough. It's a high amount of plastic in that one now. Giovanni Ribisi had 2 episodes. Interesting enough. All right, Garrick, anytime now.
Okay, whatever. Unless you want to hear a screaming child.
Eric, I can take over.
Well, let me finish. I'm almost done with her face.
You giving the kid a bath? Weren't you supposed to be putting her down earlier? Like an hour ago?
Well, no, we're not giving her a bath. We're just wiping her down with a wipe. Chris couldn't do much today. Okay. Yeah. Leaning it back. Yes. Good girl. Oh. Yeah, she knocked her head on my chest. She threw herself forward when I wasn't ready for it. Poor baby.
Oh, yeah. Hitting that chiseled rock.
Well, she doesn't like it regardless. There you go.
Okay.
Girl,
All
yours.
right. Goodbye.
Jeez. Hey. All right. So, what I miss?
Weekend of Birdings, go.
I don't know. I haven't seen it.
Son of a bitch.
What?
Sorry, did neither of you see it, or only one of you?
Yeah,
Dude,
we saw it.
It's like fucking Supertramp. It was like issued out in the 80s. Like, you couldn't
I was gonna say.
see it.
It was on every Saturday for 17 years on USA. Yeah, we
I
saw
think
it.
of Matt's review of it.
He's not wrong. I mean, it's not like it was like a quintessential part of my childhood. It was just something that was there.
They'll all have in common, yeah.
It's referential. It's a fucking dead body.
It's a cultural touchstone, much like Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
Okay. Yeah,
Except
was
First
there.
Notice Off was good.
I'm like, it's not really a good movie, but everybody seems to like it, or at least know it. So
Knowing it is completely different from liking it.
Well, and it's
I know Obama.
Yeah, it's a kids movie. It's basically it's an adult kid movie. So it's technically an adult movie. It's like kids that are like 10 and 11 and 12 think they shouldn't be watching it because it's got a lot of sex and a little bit of nudity, and it's, adult. But once you get to be like 15 or 16, you're like, yeah, whatever. It's kind of like Splash in that way.
I miss the nudity in Splash. It's just fucking hair. God damn you, Daryl, can I get a haircut?
Well, then you can see her in...
I don't have cable.
Blade Runner. She sits on Harrison Ford's face.
Blade Runner? Somebody say Blade Runner. Start foaming at the mouth.
Oh, it's a good movie. Matt's just wrong
It's
about
very.
it.
He's wrong about it.
As in most things.
Tremors, Blade Runner. I can't be too mad at him. He gave the best movie of all time a 4, so... Okay.
Shut up. Some of us are still mad. He came out the gate shitting on my favorite movie. That's not fair.
I would have thought that he would have really enjoyed Tremors, if nothing else than for Burt Gummer.
Yeah, Bert couldn't make a convert out of him, unfortunately.
Well, then he needs to see Tremors 2, because Burt features more, because they realized what an awesome character they had created for Tremors. That they made him better in Tremors 2.
Not really. I mean, he was the same character. It's not like he had
Just gave more
development
screen
his
time,
wife
and then that epic line of, "I am completely out of ammunition. This has never happened to."
Speaking of, I was watching just a refresher on horror movies. It's called Dead Meat. It's called it does a kill count, which is it counts all the deaths in a horror movie, and they do franchises like the Halloween, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, this, that, and the other, and the house explodes in Jason Meets Carrie. I can't think of the name. It's part 7 or whatever. And it is like, I don't know who was in charge of it or why they were in charge of it, but it is single-handedly the most explosive event I've ever seen. And I've seen Terminator 2. And nukes went off. But they blow the absolute shit out of this house. It's like holy hell. that was far too much. Garrick?
Yeah, I heard.
So did everybody else. So, Mr. Fence-Sitter, who is your favorite slasher?
Are you asking me?
Yes. You're the one on the fence. And Garrick just got called in the other room for probably a poop check or something.
No, she's feeding the baby and she needed the light off but the fan on. So
Makes sense.
Yep.
My favorite slasher.
You can go ahead and use Slumber Party Massacre 2 if you want to.
Yeah, it's I just don't retain those movies because horror isn't my favorite genre. So
Well, it's Halloween, so you got something better.
I don't. I'd probably say Freddy Krueger's probably my favorite slasher.
Even though they made him a pedophile?
Yeah, I mean, just it's both scary and comedic, which I appreciate. Kind of like Chucky, like why I appreciate Chucky as well. I just don't like Chucky as much as I like Freddy. So the other two options don't say anything ever. So
that's not true. And Jason Takes Manhattan, he says mommy. And I fucking hate it.
Does he sound wrong?
Yeah, he sounds like an 8-year-old boy.
Hmm.
Dude, have you seen Jason Takes Manhattan?
No. I've seen maybe 2 Jason films.
Oh my god. Okay, so Jason Takes Vancouver is the story of lying to an audience for an hour and a half. So we're 7 movies complete in the this takes place on a lake that is not connected to an ocean, and in one of the goddamn movies it's not even really a lake, it's just water in a down part of a slope. They literally just poured water onto the ground, and that was the water in this fucking movie. In part 8, Camp Crystal Lake is now connected to the ocean, and a ship takes a crew from Camp Crystal Lake to fucking New York City.
Huh.
Jason kills people all throughout the boat until they get to New York, stalks a handful of people through the city of New York, played by fucking Vancouver, When they get down into the tunnel system, the sewers of New York City, everybody knows that at midnight in New York City, the sewer system is flushed with toxic waste.
That doesn't sound right at all, but okay.
And they escape up a sewer hatch, and Jason is washed away by toxic waste until he is revealed to be the 8-year-old boy who drowned. Perfectly preserved. It's fucking stupid. Everything
Dude.
about that movie is stupid.
It's movie number 8.
Yeah, but it's not like they went to fucking space, or worse, the hood.
Space.
They waited for Jason X before they went to space. I fucking love that movie. Anyways, I was on the set. It was a great place to be. It was wonderful.
Is there another Halloween movie this year with Jamie Lee Curtis?
Mm-hmm.
Halloween Ends?
Halloween... Wait, Kills? Halloween Ends?
I think it's Halloween Ends.
Should have been Halloween Dies.
Well, no,
No,
it's just
no.
Jamie Lee Curtis is like, I'm fucking done with this shit. I don't need to do
No.
anymore.
No, to me, Jason Takes Manhattan is the worst in the series. Jason Goes to Hell. First off, I can't stand Sean Cunningham. Sean Cunningham does like stupid camp-related kind of romance comedies, and for some reason, he has Jason Voorhees and hates him. Like, dude, that's your moneymaker, and you hate him. You're an idiot. It's literally the opposite of who's the guy who did All in the Family?
Huh?
He wrote All in the Family, and Meathead was supposed to be the good guy. Archie Bunker was supposed to be the bad guy, and the entire audience took it the wrong way, and he didn't change a damn thing.
Oh, well, was
I can't think of his name.
I don't know who wrote All in the Family.
He's a prolific writer of the time, and he planned for Meathead to be the hero, and the villain to be Archie Bunker, and no one took it that way. And he's like, well, shit. But he changed nothing. And everybody loved Archie Bunker. Everybody hated Meathead.
Well, Suzanne Summers didn't help.
Sally Struthers.
Sally Struthers, yeah. Sure, we all do.
Yeah. Archie. Yeah, Jason Takes Manhattan to me is the worst. It's the second teleporting Jason movie. The first one is a bad edit from the fourth movie. In the fourth Jason Final Chapter 2 or whatever the fuck it's called, he stabs oh shit, what the fuck is Willard's name? Crispin Glover. He corkscrews his hand and bashes him in the face with a cleaver. And then instantly he's upstairs outside a window and throws one of the Doublemint twins to her death. And then in the next cut, he's back at Crispin Glover's side and picks up a butcher knife. Or a chef's knife. And it's like that was a fucked up editing. But in Jason Takes Manhattan, he literally teleports. Like a guy runs up a crow's nest, and Kane Hodder's on the ground, and 2 seconds later, he's at the same point as the guy who's been shuffling up the ladder the entire time. Jason Takes Underwater Basket. That That's me. That's the worst. Kane Hodder is the best Jason in the worst films. That's how that ends up working out. It's a sad fact. Great guy, wonderful dude, but best Jason, worst films, hands down. Jason does speed dating, but doesn't find anyone who exactly reminds him of his mother. Probably my favorite remake is the Friday the 13th remake. It takes like the best parts of films 1 through 4 before he's zombie Jason, combines them, and adds gratuitous great boobies. American Olivia, Juliana Howe, Willa Ford, just great boobies. Jason Scared Stupid. God, that's my favorite Ernest movie, and I watch it every Halloween. It's currently for free on YouTube if you guys...
Oh, my God. I showed Hudson a clip of Ernest just... like, it's probably from Ernest Goes to Camp, but it's like him looking at a toilet, and he does the...
Ew.
Yeah. Hudson thought that was the funniest shit ever. Between that and the clip of Alex Jones on Joe Rogan going,
I'm kind of
"I'm gonna be
retarded."
honest with you. Kind of retarded. Nothing makes Hudson laugh as much as those two things do.
Shit, apparently him and I are on the same level. Those are hilarious.
I gotta be honest with you. Kind of retarded.
Retarded, yep.
I'm watching Ernest Scared Stupid next week. I love that movie.
Maybe I'll make the kids watch that this weekend. Ernest Scared Stupid.
Wasn't there an Ernest Christmas themed one?
Ernest Saves Christmas.
Ernest Saves Christmas. Okay.
Ernest goes to jail. Ernest joins the army.
Yeah.
Ernest goes to camp. Sure am glad it's raining. Hope the morning sun don't come out soon. Jim Varney, prolific Make-A-Wish Foundation guy. He only just recently got beat by John Cena, who's been doing it for over a decade.
And funny, they have the same face.
I don't know. I can't see John Cena.
I see what you did there.
There's this guy that used to he was a writer for his name was like Dirty Dan or something. And when Jim Varney died, he's like, I was gonna go.
He got famous for doing local commercials for literally anything they put in front of him.
Fucking Honda.
Milk,
Ernest
a
goes
local
Honda.
brand of milk. He did commercials for.
Even Mayfield, yeah. Ernest goes to Camp Crystal Lake. He'd end up beating Jason in the end. He'd be an old lady with the neck brace, but Ernest goes to. Oh.
Boo.
Hey.
Ernest goes to Elm Street. Just beating the shit out of Freddy. That's not what you do with children. You know what I mean, Freddy? I personally liked Freddy versus Jason, even though it was god awful. But it was hard to work with. But I like the idea of it. And there was actually a comic of Freddy versus Jason versus Ash that had a pretty successful. Yeah. Shotgun beats finger knives.
Boomstick beats glove.
What do you got there? Fingernails?
But in true, Sam Raimi fashion, Ash has to get the shit kicked out of him before he wins.
Yeah. And a tie to this week's topic, the guy who played Bernie in Weekend at Bernie's, played Bad News Cruise in Jason Meets Carrie, Part 7 of the Telekinetic Teenagers, whatever the fuck it was called.
No, it's Ernest Dead 2, Maynard. Get that one right. Army of Darkness is far inferior to Evil Dead 2, so it's Ernest Dead. That's what we're gonna go with.
I definitely like how, you know, as long as somebody gets raped by a tree, that's all I need. Klaatu Verata.
That's it. I said the words. I'm taking the
You
book.
all heard me?
Taking the book.
He ended up being a real piece of shit in Ash vs. Evil Dead.
Ash did?
Yeah.
No, Ash was never a good guy. Like
No,
ever.
but he used a page from the Necronomicon to light up a joint. Like that's just irresponsible, sir.
That's kind of his thing.
Well, I mean, no, not really. I mean, there's definitely some cases where that happens, but that goes far and beyond. Like that is reckless endangerment, sir. We're trying to help your sister, not whatever the fuck you did. Like, I'm almost thinking being possessed was a benefit to your. Like, I get that he's a fuck around. Like, that's why he's working at Walmart or
S-Mart,
Kmart.
sir. Shop
Yeah,
smart.
yeah.
Shop S-Mart.
Yeah, but God, he was a pile of crap with like just constant drunk driving and sexism. And I'm a fan of sexism. Don't get me wrong, but you're not doing it right. I love me some Ernest P. Worrell. If you know what I mean, right? Garrick, favorite slasher?
Favorite slasher? Fuck. Texas Chainsaw Massacre, maybe? I don't know.
You suck.
I know. What else is new?
They keep getting bigger too. It's like these are ambush predators. You're competing against fucking Chucky and Leprechaun. Calm down. Like, I think the biggest motherfucker is Mike Myers, technically.
He's all right. I do enjoy Nightmare on Elm Street, to be fair.
Freddy would get fucked up by everybody.
Should have clipped that slasher kill list. It's got Chucky and Freddy and Mike Myers and Jason and Hillary Clinton
I was about to say, yes. She is pretty epic. In this respect, at least.
Critters.
Critters is one of my favorites. Critters 3 is actually one of my favorites, yeah.
They're definitely better than Hobgoblins.
Yeah. Anything's better than Goblins. Anything's better than Goblins 2, that's for damn sure. Yeah, Tyler Mane, I think, he's the Rob Zombie, Mike Myers. He's 6'9".
That's a huge bitch.
That's huge. But he fights Ken Fiore, who's 6'5", and they fuck up an entire bathroom, like just a bathroom, not a gaff bathroom. They destroy a fucking toilet stall. Yeah. So the guy is he's a wrestler, and then he played Sabretooth in the X-Men movies. So.
Yeah.
He was in a movie called How to Make a Monster with Julie Strain. I love that movie.
He's actually had a couple of good parts.
Yeah. But
Now wait, you're talking about the first ones before they did Logan, or the ones after Logan, where they had that other fella play?
oh no, before. He was,
Oh, okay. Well, I'm thinking of the other guy. Never mind.
yeah, like Kane Hodder is 6 feet.
Mhm.
And I'm like, I'd fuck you up, Jason. Like, he's my favorite Jason, least favorite Jason movies. But then you get like you get Derek Mears, or well, Ken Kinziger was in Freddy versus Jason, and he's 6'5". And then you get Derek Mears, who was the latest Jason from 2012, and he's 6'5". Now, before that, it was just regular dudes. Like Ted White played Mike Myers, and he was just a regular replacement stunt guy. Kane Hodder's a little on the big side at 6 foot, but he's a stunt man. But then you get Andrew Bernarski, who is your guy. He played Leatherface in the 2 prequels, and he's 6'5" and a bodybuilder. Like, he was on The Program, 1993, with James Caan, and everyone's like, and he had a roid rage incident in the movie, probably in real life too. But the dude's a big dude. He loved playing Leatherface just as much as Jason liked playing Michael Myers or Freddy. As Kane Hodder played Jason Voorhees. But as far as lasting goes, it's probably got to be Freddy with like 8 films, and then Brad Dourif, probably 7 Chuckies, I think, and then however many Leprechauns there are, Warwick Davis. And funnily enough, all of those people, the last person to play that character was not them. Or is Brad Dourif Chucky on the TV series? Jason Freeze Willie? Was that what? What's the? Is it called Chucky?
I don't know.
Bride of Chucky, Chucky's son. Oh, Chucky is with a Y, not a. Brad Dourif was also in Rob Zombie's remake of. Yeah, Brad Dourif plays Chucky. Never mind. So I was wrong. The Sci-Fi and USA Network. Those two should never combine. That's just blue balls for teenagers right there. USA up all night.
You know that the CW is watched mostly by middle-aged men.
Well, I said Sci-Fi and USA.
Oh, yeah. Sci-Fi merged with something back in the day. I can't remember what it.
Sci-Fi used to be SCIFI, and then they just shit the bed to SYFY.
Yeah, to Siffy. Yeah.
And that is.
But back in the day, they merged with another channel, and I don't remember what that other channel was. It's kind of like Comedy Central used to be the Comedy Channel, and there was 2 comedy channels, and they merged and formed Comedy Central back in the day, like 86, 87.
NBC Universal and Comcast merged. I enjoyed the Sharknadoes, though. Hot women from the 90s, putting them in your 2020s, and not getting them naked. Damn it, Sci-Fi Channel. In the advertisement, in the lead up to Jason Takes Manhattan, Jason Voorhees went on the Arsenio Hall show and didn't talk. It was awful. But Robert Englund did a couple of appearances as Freddy Krueger on different channels and stuff. He even was at the MTV Teen Choice Awards once. Like, let me read the winner, bitch. Oh god, it was so awful with what's his nugget from when they did the dream Inception for an episode of Rick and Morty, and they had sword fingers. Just everything ended with bitch. God, it was terrible.
Hey, careful. I actually have a soft spot for Rick and Morty.
I'm just saying that every line he had ended with bitch. And it was terrible.
Rick and Morty must be an acquired taste because my older kids love it, and I tried to sit through a couple of episodes, and it just pisses me off.
Once you get past that part, it's actually pretty entertaining.
I can appreciate some of the sly writing that it might have, but its overall presentation is so nonstop. They don't give you a second to take anything in. That I was like, this is constant noise, and it's pissing me off. Kind of like the Loud House is from Nickelodeon. My kids love. I hate
if it's too old, if it's too loud, you're too old. Yeah, it's I don't care for that faux improv. I'm like, oh, I don't care for that.
Like Bob's Burgers.
Yeah.
Never got into it. I prefer his performance in Archer. That's way better.
I love his voice. I love Archer's voice.
Mm-hmm. So fitting. So fitting.
Mm-hmm. He looks nothing like the guy, but Jessica Walters was in Archer. We talked about her earlier.
She's dead.
She died last year.
No. Well, this sucks. Thanks for ruining my day.
You're welcome.
Happened last year. Do you want to know who died today?
Sure.
Can't think of the dude's name.
Leslie Jordan. Leslie Jordan from Jason Goes to Hell. I don't care for Cyril Figgis, but I just don't like the guy.
That's it.
He's in both Archer and Rick and Morty.
Oh, what's his part in Rick and Morty?
He's the dad.
Oh, yeah. Huh.
Jason wins the lotto, and then at the end of the season, Dan has a heart attack, and it's all been a dream. Fuck you, Roseanne.
Oh, so apparently, and I haven't watched a lick of it because once they fired Roseanne, I lost all interest, and I actually think less of
John Goodman
for it. But apparently John Goodman's Dan got remarried on The Connors.
Are you fucking kidding me?
I'm like, dude, how about you just go ahead and grind your foot into the corpse of Roseanne? Good fucking Lord, man. Show some goddamn respect. Nope. Not a lick. On the other hand, the bigger news there is that The Connors is apparently still a thing that's going on. Who the fuck is watching that?
Really? Jay.
They have the original Becky back. It's no longer Sarah Chalk.
Oh, I was gonna say.
DJ, Sarah Gilbert.
Well, they had
John
both Beckys on for the first season, didn't they?
I'm not seeing Sarah Chalk at all. Matthew
Pretty sure
Broderick,
they had
Brian Austin.
both Beckys come back, and one Becky played a different character, but there was a nod to that she was originally a Becky in the show.
I'm not seeing Sarah Chalk at all.
Don't even want to know what we're talking about.
The Connors. Yeah, I don't see Sarah Chalk at all.
Oh, okay.
How'd the meeting go, Josh? Well, no, we'll talk about it later. Never mind.
Oh, it was fine. Everything went fine.
Oh, good.
Justin Long. Dan Aykroyd played Buddy, whoever the fuck that is. I'm not seeing a new Connor. Just Katie Siegel played Louise. Is that who?
I have no idea. I just
Jen
saw a
Goodman.
headline that there's an episode where Dan gets married. I'm like, that's just disrespectful.
All right, let's just Google it. Who did Dan Connor marry? He is the husband to Roseanne Connor, the father of 2 daughters, Darlene and Becky, and 2 sons, JD and Jerry Garcia?
What?
Who the fuck is Jerry Garcia? Throughout the years, Goodman has won several blahs. Spouses, Roseanne Connor, deceased. And the second is Louise Goldufsky. That is... Yeah, he marries Al's ex-wife. Well, I'm sorry, Dan, but Al married Sofia Vergara, so he wins.
Pretty much. Although Katie Seagal's always been pretty good looking too.
She's no Sofia Vergara.
No, but she's easier to listen to.
That she is.
Not in Married with Children.
Even in Married with Children. I can appreciate the look of Sofia Vergara, but the second she opens her mouth, I want to punch her.
I mean,
You heard it here first, folks. John wants to punch women.
That's right. I'm an equal opportunity. I
All right,
believe in equality.
Who the fuck is Jerry Garcia?
I mean, the only Jerry Garcia I can think of is Grateful Dead, so.
Well, I'm not seeing him. And there's a black girl named Mary Connor. Harris Connor. Mark Connor.
I would imagine that JD married the black gal.
I'm guessing he married anyways, had sex with and a baby with Gina Williams. No, married her, yeah. JD Connor's wife.
Steven, you're gay. I mean, normally you have pretty good taste in women, but still, you're gay.
I have a Donald K. Siegel, but I don't think she's true. Yeah, it's part of being gay, Steven. So, hat in hand and whatnot. Part and parcel, if you will. Like terrorism in a big city, you and unattracted to women. So, confirmed by gay muzzy terrorists worldwide.
Yeah. Katie Seagal was wearing hot
Maynard
pants before hot pants were a thing.
Katie Seagal invented asses on women. Yeah. No. The Ed Connor Jr.? No. The Joker plays Ed Connor Jr. I don't know who Ed Connor is, though. Does Dan have a brother I'm unaware of named Ed?
Well, if they're still making the Connors, that begs the question: are they still making Fuller House?
No, Fuller House didn't come back from COVID. Hold on, let's check to make sure it's still making the fucking Connors. 2018 season 5, yeah. So they're still making Connors. Fuller House. It's a rare condition.
That just tells you Hollywood's completely out of ideas when they got to go back to 1980s, 90s sitcoms to fucking.
Just to have something to air.
Yeah, pretty much. I want Out of This World back, damn it, if we're going to go that far.
Yeah, it stopped at 2020. Barry Dahl is half black. Is the other half Groper?
Josh.
Yeah.
Who's Uncle Jesse?
Yeah, I'm here. Uncle Jesse? God, what is his name?
That's not fair. We kind of were just talking about something.
Yeah, we were, but he was in the meeting. He did. That's why I'm asking him.
We were just talking about something related to Uncle Jesse.
Are we talking about Uncle Jesse from Full House?
Who is your Uncle Jesse?
I don't understand the question. There's only one Uncle Jesse.
No, there's not.
Okay.
There are two acceptable answers.
I'm trying to think of his name from Full House. I can't think of his name.
John Stamos.
John Stamos. Yeah, that's who I think of when I think Uncle Jesse.
You have failed me, sir.
I'm sorry.
The correct answer is Uncle Jesse is Denver Pyle, who played Uncle Jesse on The Dukes of Hazzard.
Oh. Well, you're going different.
Dukes of Hazzard was kind of before my time, man.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. He jumped shows. You don't jump shows when you're asking questions.
Yeah, well, no. For me, Uncle Jesse would be Uncle Jesse, but I was defending Josh with we were just talking about Fuller House. That's not fair.
Well, that's why I brought up who's Uncle Jesse, because
I mean I've seen like
Stamos is a pretender. Damn it, he's a pretender.
I mean, yes, he was an Elvis impersonator, so yes, you're right about that.
Hey, now let's not get all uppity and offend. Shit. I can't think of Jack Burton's character's name. Or the
Kurt Russell.
Kurt Russell. Yeah.
From 3,000 Miles to Graceland?
He's a legit Elvis impersonator. And probably the only one who's actually met the man.
Probably. Back when the computer wore tennis shoes.
Back when Herbie was a love bug. Jesse's not even a Greek name. Kevin Costner also was in that movie, and they played two of the best Wyatt Earps on the fucking planet. I still to this day don't feel bad for Dennis Quaid.
What's there to feel bad about?
I love me some Dennis Quaid, but he went up against Val Kilmer, and Val Kilmer owned that fucking role of Doc Holliday. Wasn't fair to him. It was just they were different casts, and each of them were very high quality casts, but it just Tombstone just beat it out just the tiniest bit. Even though both had great quality casts, but Bill Paxton, Sam Elliott, Kurt Russell, just the better. The better family of Earps. Yeah, I picked Dances with Wolves too, even though shit, something's beating it.
Field of Dreams?
No.
Oh, Waterworld.
No, is it Waterworld?
Oh, you had to bring that up.
No, I don't think it's Waterworld. It's
The Postman.
I think it's on one of
Fort
them.
Lincoln Mercury. Was Fort Lincoln Mercury your homeboy, Sean?
I honestly have never seen The Postman.
Oh my God, you've never seen it?
No.
It's
The
quite
greatest,
terrible.
The Great Escape has 81 votes versus Dancing with Wolves, which has 80. I don't care for this. Great Escape, Dances with Wolves, Rear Window, 310 to Yuma,
I voted for 310.
310 to Yuma is good.
The Descent, Hell or High Water, Flight of the Phoenix.
And the question is,
Alpha.
which 310 to Yuma is it?
2007.
The new one.
Okay, so it's the one with Christian Bale and Russell Crowe.
Yeah.
Okay, so, I mean, it's good. It's modern enough to where, are we talking about the upcoming Beauty and the Beta movie?
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
Matt and Blonde show, Beauty
Yeah.
movie? Sorry. Didn't mean to disparage there.
I did.
I know you did. No, it was actually pretty good. It was a little bit more gritty and a little bit newer, and it was good. I would definitely like them to do True Grit.
Which
new
one?
The new one.
John
Wayne's is good. John Wayne's is
Well,
good.
here's the problem with doing something like True Grit. Who do you get to play the lead? Like, who can do it?
John
Jeff
Wayne.
Bridges.
No.
Yeah.
I fucking hate his accent in R.I.P.D.
Yeah, it was terrible. He could have done better.
Oh, sure. Oh, back in the day. I'm fucking Jeff Bridges. Tony Stark's dick.
And let's hear your southern accent, Mr. Fry.
My southern accent is a mockery of Michael Gambon's character from Toys, who is English.
Oh, jeez.
You fellas, stand over there. That's his whole line.
What was that movie that Michael Gambon had done with Kevin Costner? Free Range. Open Range. Open Range?
No, Open Range is... Wait, is there two different Open Ranges? Because Open Range is Josh Brolin. And...
No, this was a Western with Robert Duvall. I think it was one of his last movies.
all right, Open Range is Kevin Costner, Robert Duvall, and...
Sir Michael Gambon.
Annette Bening, Michael G... Yeah, Michael Gambon, yeah.
Oh, did Garrick tell you guys that I showed him falling down for the first time?
Oh, yeah.
Dude, you hadn't seen Falling Down?
I finally got around to it.
Good movie, huh?
It was Kirsten's first time, too. And
Interesting.
she was like, her mouth was a little gaping, going, "Oh my God," when they went to the Army surplus store.
Why did he blow up that freeway?
That was an accident.
Yeah. No, it was more along the lines of the Army surplus guy using the gamer word.
Oh,
Oh.
the jogger alternative.
Yes.
Mhm.
Oh, you know what Kirsten needs to see then? 48 Hours.
Actually, I was thinking more along the lines of Blazing Saddles.
No, because Blazing Saddles is a comedy and it's tongue in cheek. She needs to see 48 Hours where it's just goddamn used.
Oh, I know. Also, Last Boy Scout, too.
Yeah.
He's more of an asshole guy, but yeah. Bo knows 380s. That's what Last Boy Scout has. And then Black Dynamite.
I love Black Dynamite.
But Black Dynamite, I sell drugs in the community.
Be that as it may.
You're going to sit here and question my loyalty to the hood? I am of the streets, my brother.
Oh, I need to watch that again.
But 12-year-old Black Dynamite. You're like 2-year-old brother. Oh, that's so fucking awful.
What was the Chinese guy's name and his kung fu treachery? Doctor.
Dr. No. Yeah, yeah. My favorite is when he gets hit in the head with the boom mic and he gives it a dirty look, and then looks directly at the camera and then back up at the boom mic.
Or the guy in the thing, the thug who gets hit and he's like, "Oh, motherfucker, it's on now."
Well, fellas, I just got home. I'm going to go ahead and hop off. I need to discuss some things with my fiance. So I will talk at you guys later. I'm sorry it was a very limited time that I was on tonight. I wish it could have been more. Oh, yeah. I will try to be on next week. So
we're not doing one next week.
We're not doing it next week.
Oh, why? Did we finally get banned off of YouTube?
No, not yet. We're only one away, so this might be it. But
We haven't.
we're not doing it next week because it's Halloween.
Oh. Okay, yeah, that's fair.
What?
Wait, because of what?
Halloween.
Halloween.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so this is important as a papa. You're going to have to give up Halloween every year now. Dress your little bean up as something and go around get free candy.
Well, this year she's going to be a little ballerina, so it's going to be cute.
Why not dress her up as a pumpkin?
No. Gracie said ballerina, so we're doing ballerina. I got no say in this. You should know this by now.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I forgot. All right. Well, I'll see you guys later.
All right.
It was good talking to y'all.
I'll see you in just a minute.
Yep. Unfortunately, I know. Bye, fellas.
Bye. Will. Bye.
Well, bye.
Powers booth.
Jason doesn't need to learn to swim. He can just walk.
That was probably the worst part about Freddy versus Jason. Jason's scared of water.
That's
No.
stupid. That's stupid. Jason is basically the closest thing we're ever going to get to a proper Solomon Grundy in a movie.
We need to start crossing him over. Like Jason fights the Wolfman. If Universal can do it.
Who owns Friday the 13th?
Platinum Dunes currently. Should be New Line. No. They're just a thing. Hold on. I needed to look this up anyways. So Friday the 13th was not sold to New Line, but the rights to Jason were.
Huh? That's weird.
Yeah, so that's why you get Jason Takes Manhattan, Jason Goes to Hell, and Jason X, and Freddy versus Jason is because they didn't get Friday the 13th, but they got the character Jason. Tommy Jarvis was actually supposed to be the guy boning Jason Voorhees' granddaughter, even though they fucking ruined that whole thing with the director made Pamela Voorhees have an out-of-wedlock daughter before having Jason, which, besides for fucking the timeline, completely ruins the Voorhees mythos because Pamela Voorhees was married to Elijah Voorhees. Elijah Voorhees is the Voorhees blood. The daughter, Diana, is not a Voorhees. She's Pamela Voorhees' daughter, not Elijah Voorhees'. So going after Diana, which she ultimately comes back from, is a complete...
Tell me you're way into bad movies without telling me you're way into bad movies.
I thought I just did. Dude, I got this on Leprechaun. I got this on um Charlie Ray from Chucky. I got the same backstory on Mike Myers and the Thorn Texas Chainsaw Massacre and the 4 fucking last names of Leatherface. I got it all.
It's like being into the backstory of Raymond Stantz.
I also have the backstory for Peter Venkman and Ray Winston, so I got it. Do you need the names of Egon's grandchildren? Like, I got it.
Well, we got that in the movie, but do you have Tubin's? Is it Tubin's spiritual guide, or what is it?
Lubin Tubin?
Not Lubin Tubin. What's the name of the spirits guide that they use in the movies?
Oh, shit.
It is Tubin's spirits guide, isn't it?
No, it's
Damn it! Now I have to look that up.
You're thinking of Beetlejuice.
No, that's the handbook for the recently deceased, and that
I myself.
yeah, it's Tubin's spirit guide.
That's Tobin, you fuckwit. As in, like, Tobin Bell. Not like Lubin Tubin.
See, the problem is now that the movie is a thing and it's like a collector's item that you can like buy. It's all corrupted by the fact that it was in a movie. Like, I want to know if that was something that pre-existed Ghostbusters that Dan Aykroyd actually has and knew about and actually used for the movie.
No. It's in universe.
If you didn't know, Dan Aykroyd's a kook.
Oh yeah, he is a fan of the strange and unusual.
How he was never on Coast to Coast, I don't know. Like, did Art Bell just ignore him because he was on Saturday Night Live? I don't know, but he should have been on. He should have been a regular on Coast to Coast. Garrick probably has no idea what I'm talking about.
The author Eric Burnham is a Ghostbusters novelist, and she wrote the Tubin Spirits Guide. Have you seen a spook, a specter, or a ghost? Yeah, it's in world. It's not but balls.
All right, we've been going for 2 hours.
Jason meets Dorf. Jason meets the ghost of Mr. Chicken. That's technically how Mr. Chicken becomes a ghost, I believe. I was actually named after Jason Voorhees.
Not that it was the most common boy's name of the era or anything.
Well, Friday the 13th came out in July, and it gained a lot of popularity from July to December of 1980. There's 3 other Jasons in my class. Just to compete, there was in my homeroom class there was 3 other Jasons, or two other Jasons, three of us in total. There were two Michaels and two Christophers. But that's got to suck for the parent who was like, oh yeah, Jason, that's a good name. Because he wasn't the Jason we all know and love. He was a water-headed retown who drowned as a boy. I was like, that's a good, strong name for my child. That can't possibly foreshadow an early death at a camp.
Like the two most common names for people my age were Michael is probably number one, and then Jason would probably a strong number two. Like almost all of my classes had multiple Jasons in them.
Surprised Danny wasn't more popular.
Don't even get me started on scenes.
They run the gamut. No one let Rob Zombie do anything anymore. As far as he really ruined the monsters.
Yeah, he
Didn't you have this last
go
time?
back to making music. That's what he should do.
Like there was parts of the monsters where I'm like, this cinematography is fucking amazing, but the story was not.
The black magic down there?
No, I just used the one in the drawer.
Oh,
Kind of
okay.
pieced it together.
Okay.
Speaking of black magic, where the hell has he been for the last 2 months?
Someone check the liquor sales prices in New Hampshire for Tullamore Dew. It's going down. He's not doing well.
All right, guys, I'm gonna hop off of here. It's past my bedtime.
All right, you take care.
All right.
That's Jason in the remake from 2009. He actually is he's a runner, and it's a change that is very much appreciated because a fucking giant dude running at you is scary as shit. And much more believable. Even though he would have been like 62 years old. He's like 35 now. Yeah. They're all old now because they started in the 70s to 84 with Robert Englund. Yeah. They're up there in age. It's more like Jason gets his prostate examined. That's the next one.
I'd say Chucky, I think, is the youngest one, isn't he?
Charles
Play was like
Dillary.
86, 85, 86.
It's a possibility. '88. So Elm Street was 84. Friday the 13th was 80. 78 for Halloween. 74 for Texas Chainsaw Massacre. So Leprechaun was Leprechaun 93.
No, the first Leprechaun was before that.
No, it says Leprechaun 1993
With
Jennifer Aniston.
what am I thinking? Oh, I'm thinking of Trolls.
Fucking
Troll.
Trolls. Oh my god, it's gonna eat me next. Okay, so there's Leprechaun 1, 2, 3. 4 is in the hood. 5 is back to the hood. No, there's a 4. 4 is in space. 5 is the hood. 6 is back to the hood. Then there is Leprechaun Origins, that's the one with Hornswoggle, for 7. And then Leprechaun Returns is 2018 for 8.
Let's wrap this up.
All right. So there's 8 leprechauns, and there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Cult of Chucky is 7. And then the remake for 8. So there are 8 Child's Play, 8 Leprechauns, and
15 Friday the 13th.
Excuse your fucking face, sir. There are technically 12.
Jason movies.
12. But Nightmare on Elm Street is the...
There's only 4 of them, I think.
You're fucking off. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. If you include
Jason versus
Freddy versus Jason, yeah.
It's Freddy versus Jason.
Thank you, honey. Yes. You both
Mhm.
told me at the same time.
You're right next time.
I guess.
But I guess Halloween is the one that is the ever expanding. There, even though technically 3 doesn't count.
We didn't even really talk about Season of the Witch.
Season of the Witch. 3, 6, 9, 12. Oh, the Halloween ends 13. So there's 13. He's now more prolific than Friday the 13th. Even though, technically,
You don't count.
Jason killed 20,000 people on a space station.
Well, and does that count 3 or does that not count 3?
Oh, damn, that's a good question, because there'd be some
'Cause-
big deaths in all the children of Channel 4. Jason versus Justin.
And can we talk about how much our current sitting president looks like the preacher from fucking Poltergeist 2?
You're gonna die.
Like, that's uncanny.
You're gonna die.
Come to the light. Oh yeah,
Close
thought we're
the
getting
door.
out of
I'm
here.
still doing my thing.
I thought we were wrapping up here.
Yeah, we need to go.
Mm-hmm. Didn't that girl die? Like, pretty damn quickly after Poltergeist 3?
I don't even know if it was after 3. I think it was between 2 and 3. Nah. Or maybe it was before 3 was out? I
Well,
don't know.
I definitely remember she's on the cover of 3.
Right. So maybe she filmed it but didn't make it to the premiere.
Well, let's see. Poltergeist 3 is 1988, and I believe she did die in 88.
She either died in 88 or late 87.
It's 88. Congenital stenosis of the intestine. That's a rough one. All right. Let's break a leg, or shake a leg, or move a leg, or hop a leg, or leg a leg.
Okay.
Legolas. Good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody.
Well, I believe in good vibrations is what creates a beautiful nation.